you. You are tuned in to Being Mommy, the home, the place where we talk about all things motherhood, all things parenting, and we want to walk with you on your journey of raising your children to become the beautiful, citizens of Kenya that we want them to be. Yeah. So walk with us on this journey. We love to hear from you as well. So do remember that you can reach out to us on our social media handles. That's Ibru TV Kenya. Let us know what you're going through as a parent. Let us know what your experience have been like. The ups, the downs, the amazing, situations that your children are allowing you to experience as a parent. So do feel free. Today's topic, we'll be focusing on the family setup and more so focusing on the importance of the boy child. Our guest today will be, sharing, his experience, researching on the family setup and just the complexities that come with that. All right. So you guys do not want to miss this conversation because there's a lot he has to share with us, and I'd like to welcome him. But first, check out our mom hacks. Wow, so those were beautiful mom hacks right there. I hope you guys picked up something that you can try at home. I mean, I really loved the beautiful wall hanging right there. I mean, I'd love to try that. And the best part is you can do this with your children at home, so that they're not always watching TV like they always are sometimes. Now they're on holiday. So these are activities that you can try at home and beautify your home at the same time. So I'd like you guys to meet our guest today, Faris. Karibu sana to the show.
Thank you, Mwende.
We are super excited to have you.
It's awesome to be here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Faris Murangai, as you have put it.
Yes.
I have a lot of interest in the African family.
Okay.
In the context of the changes that are happening.
Okay.
One of the writers says we have a triple heritage in Africa. So as families, we are also experiencing the three heritages, so to speak, the
Yes.
Eastern, the Western, the African. And just to look at how we are navigating that and to provide information that can be useful to parents.
Yes.
As they carry out this very important task of raising the current and the next generation.
That is true.
And then on top of that, I am engaged in family therapy.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
I mean, just from a description of what you've described right there, that's something that is very necessary. The society is changing rapidly right in front of our faces.
Right.
And I think parents are experiencing a challenge on trying to figure out, how do I talk to my children about these changes that are happening around us? Or how do I set a foundation, that my child can be able to be stable even with the changes that are happening. But I'm just curious to know why the African family, I mean, of course, we're Africans, but why that focus?
My interest is the fact that Africa is changing.
Yes.
And this is where we are. And most of the time, for quite some time now, when you talk of Africa, we report bad news internationally. We have bad news. And family is the basic unit of the society.
It is.
And if we can get it right at the family level, the challenges we are struggling with every other day, then we might place ourselves in the right trajectory towards addressing them. Because if we get the children getting the right values, right from the family, and they grow up, definitely they will be responsible, they will be useful citizens, and we will, in a great way, improve the image. We are talking about Africa.
Yes.
That's why I'm very much interested with using family as one of the avenues that can help us address the challenges we talk about.
Yes. I think that's rightfully said. I mean, I feel like, just from what you're saying, the family setup is it's a contribution of what we see around us. So the problems we see stem right back to the family setup, and that's what I'm getting from what you're saying. So when we start at home, then we can take out the positivity that we've instilled in our children, and then these cycles start to slowly change.
You're very right, because you know, when human beings are born, they have, of course, the genetic makeup.
Yes.
But over and above that, they are born naked and pure.
Yes.
They just learn from the environment where they are in. That's where they learn how to dress up. Mm-hmm. And that's where they learn how to be corrupt.
True.
So to speak. And that's where they learn how to be responsible citizens at the same time.
Yes.
And that's why I'm saying, if a child is born and they find their place in the family, mm-hmm. and the family is able to play its role effectively, then that environment becomes very important for the socialization mm-hmm. of that child.
Yes.
And ultimately, the product of that child as an adult. Mm-hmm. And it is possible to trace the behavior of an individual mm-hmm. from where they were born and how they were brought up.
Yeah.
The environment within which they were brought up informs mm-hmm. them a lot. Mm. And I can give you an example. The way I'm talking today.
Yes.
Even my accent and the way I'm dressed.
Yes.
Assuming I was born in another continent, mm-hmm. probably would be different.
True.
Assuming I was born in Kenya and taken to Australia mm-hmm. as a young child.
Yes.
Maybe my accent, my way of looking at things
yes, your perspective
would be shaped by where I was brought up.
That's true.
And that's why we are saying mm-hmm. that family is very important.
It is.
Because it helps produce the individuals we see.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So whether you are talking of the ills in the society, mm-hmm. they can significantly be addressed.
Yeah.
If we had the right values being impacted mm-hmm. right from home. If these children were able to look at the parents, the brothers, the sisters, and learn from them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at the age, that young age, mm-hmm. children usually learn through observing what is going on. If the home provides the right role modeling,
yes,
then the child is likely to live with that way long after, even when they have grown old.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have interacted with people who talk about, I learned this from my mom. Mm-hmm. I learned the value of hard work from my dad.
True.
I learned this. People are able to trace back who they are from their roots.
That's true.
So that's why family is very important.
Yeah. All right. You've talked about children. Faris, do you have any children of your own?
Yes.
You do?
I have two wonderful boys, mm-hmm. Jeffrey and Giovanni.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
What's that experience been like raising two boys? Is it as, you know, they say boys are active, things are broken in the house, you have no cups, you have no glasses.
Yes.
What has that experience been like for you?
I can tell you having boys is like a roller coaster, mm-hmm. but a wonderful experience at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm sure if the mother was here, she would comment even better.
Yeah.
But the experience is super. They are wonderful human beings to hang around with. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of energy at their young age.
Yes.
That's when testosterone is too high.
Yeah.
And the moment I get home after the day, mm-hmm. I begin another day.
Yes.
You know, being with them, running up and about, playing.
Yeah.
And they are good. They challenge you.
How old are they?
One is 7 years and 5 months now.
Okay. Wow, that's specific. Congratulations. Most dads are even just like, how old are they? Anyway, no, that's amazing.
Thank you so much. The second one is 1 year, 3 months, 1 week today.
Wow.
Yes.
You are on point with those dates.
Thank you.
That shows a lot of intentionality with your parenting.
Indeed.
And
Indeed.
I guess it also goes back to this passion that you have with families. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about even what is it that made you so passionate about, researching about the African family. What gaps is it that you've seen? Where are we heading? Yeah.
Okay. As we observe in the everyday life, the changes are happening so fast.
Yeah.
That's obvious. The way life was traditionally is different from today. The reason why people are having children traditionally is different from the reasons why they have them today.
Okay.
Traditionally, it was obvious you get children to create a labor force.
Yes, for the farm, the
For the
huge
farm.
farm back there.
Yes, and the prestige or the status in the society.
Yes.
I have many children.
Yeah.
And life was centered around living together.
True. Community.
Community, as a community. But again today, we are talking of a world where the family form is changing. The reason for having children is changing. So much that there are those who have decided probably they don't even want children, so to speak.
True.
At the same time, the number of children have also reduced from how they were, those days.
Yes.
The parents, the mother and the father, are no longer staying at home or working within the farm or the village, but they are moving.
Yes.
The education has come. People are pursuing careers. There is pressure from career.
Yeah.
There is pressure from school because one has to be in school. So today you are talking of a parent who is working, a parent who is a student, a parent who, of course, is a mother, is a husband.
Yes.
So much on their shoulders.
Yeah.
And that poses a challenge to the whole discussion about parenting because all of them have demands over their life.
Okay.
Yet, they want to have children. So how do we gain that balance that we are advancing career-wise,
Yeah.
we are advancing education-wise, we are meeting the social expectation of where we should be, and at the same time giving sufficient attention to these little human beings who need us, who need our time, who some of them are so exposed that they will ask us, they will challenge us right on our face that you are not giving us enough time.
True.
Or why are you leaving today? Why can't you stay here? We'll be with you.
Yeah.
So how to establish that balance for me became very important. So that is one. Number two, the family form is also changing. Some of us, when we were growing, there was a book which used to talk about Tom, Mary, Mr. Kamau,
Yes.
and Mrs. Kamau.
Mrs. Kamau.
So it was so obvious then that when you are talking of a family, you are talking of the father,
Yes.
mother, and it would put a son and a daughter. So implying that's the right composition of the family.
Yes.
But you see, things have changed.
Yeah.
We have fathers who are parenting single. We have mothers who are parenting single.
That's true.
And of course, other orientations, which you and me have known over time. They have come to us in Africa.
Yes.
So within that context, for me, it became a great interest to be observing the trends as they change and providing relevant information
Yeah.
that can help people who find themselves caught up by those dynamics
That's
to
true.
remain relevant parents.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I hear now is changing even in the books that are provided in school.
Yes.
When it comes to the family setup, I mean, initially, as you've said, it was mom, dad, and the
Yes.
children.
Yes.
But now we have, mom and mom, dad and dad, and and the children. So those are the kind of things that are changing.
Yeah.
And I think, especially because of the African culture and the mind block of not knowing how to deal with things that are so unusual or things that are not familiar. Parents are stuck or are unable to figure out how to have these conversations with their children to kind of explain why that is so, and maybe if I can say this, kind of, especially because if your if the values in your family are against the other family setup that is coming up, then how do you instill in your child that this is what we feel as a family is the right way or the godly way, but at the same time not putting down this other end, because they'll have friends who probably have two moms or two dads. So how do we deal with that as parents?
What I would say is this: every family needs to have a philosophy.
Yes.
And it is within that philosophy where the values are domiciled. It may not be possible to make all people accept the forms of families that are coming up.
That's true.
Because of the beliefs, as you have rightly mentioned, and of course the culture.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is the family to have the right values, to have a philosophy in life, and never be ashamed to advance the right values.
Okay.
That is the most important thing. And if that happens, this whole discussion, I know, even in terms of the books that you're using in education.
Yeah.
Of course, education also happens within a culture. And there may not be a radical change, which people may wish, or a section of the population may wish to see.
Yes.
But you have to appreciate that the culture has its own place in the survival of a society.
Okay.
But what is important within our culture is to appreciate values and principles that are empowering to our children and making them the citizens that we want them to be.
Yes.
For the benefit of everyone.
True.
Without advancing a sectarian approach.
Okay.
That would of course discriminate
Yes.
a certain section of the society.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So maybe just to even bring it home for the sake of the families watching at home. Maybe they're hearing you explain, but they're still saying, no, I have these 2 children in the house. How do I start this conversation? Or how do I, so these are my values, and these are the values I want to instill in my home. But the questions that they come home with, and I'm struggling to figure out how to answer them, So let's take it to your house, Faris. Okay. Yeah. You have 2 beautiful, amazing, energetic boys.
Yes.
So what are you doing in your home? How are you setting these values and philosophies? And then what kind of conversations are you having with your children just to embrace these changes that are happening?
So thank you. In my family, I and my wife have discussed how we want to raise our boys.
All right.
So from the start, for those who are in a marriage setup, there needs to be a concurrence between the two,
Yes.
the spouses.
Okay.
so that you are reading from the same script. What the mother is advancing is the same as what the father is advancing.
True.
Failure to that, there will be a conflict. So two cannot work together unless they agree.
That's
so the beginning point is to create an understanding between the two.
Okay.
And I usually say, for mothers, they do a lot, and that is highly appreciated. But they are not superhuman beings.
True.
And for that reason, they need to appreciate if there is a father to these children who is with them, let them take up a part
Yes.
in raising those children.
True.
Otherwise, if they behave in a manner that will show they are superhuman, they will drive it, they will drive the whole process, they will get fatigued and they'll be tired.
Yeah.
And of course, the father may feel, you don't need me, so I don't even need to be at home. If you are the one who is with those children, over the weekend, you have left with them for swimming, you have left with them for church,
Yes.
you have left with them for chama or something like that, the father will feel, then I need to use my time elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because now you can manage the whole thing. So
Okay.
what I wanted to say is it starts at home
Okay.
where there is that agreement. But again, children, up until the age of about between 7 and 9, they learn best by observing.
Okay.
They observe, keep that in mind, either to replay it immediately later or to do it later in life.
Okay.
That means what we do, what we talk is what we do,
Yes.
so that they can keep it and use it in the future. If you're talking about the value of hard work, then they need to see
Yes.
hard work playing between me and my spouse. If we are talking about honesty, they need to see honesty
Yes.
coming out. We are not cheating them. If we tell them they need to be seeking clarification, or they need to be seeking answers, or they need to be admitting if something is difficult for them,
Yeah.
we should do so by example.
Okay.
They should see me admitting that actually I don't know that,
Yeah.
but we can find together, right? Then making home the best refuge. They will be out there. One is in school.
Yes.
They are confronted by, of course, stresses and hassles
Yeah.
of school, friends, they're in the van, neighborhood. But they know when we go home, when I go home, I'll find mom and dad, and that's where my safety is.
Yeah.
If any question comes to them out there, or a new value is introduced to them out there, they know there's an authority that will clarify that for me.
Okay.
And that is my mom or my dad.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So what we do and what we say matters a lot to the children.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We want to take a little break, but do not go away because we'll be right back.